Rock and roll. Hey, guys, Scattered Remnant Studio Ministry, we are back for a part 2. We
Now you're in
are...
the shot.
Oh, hey, guys.
There you
Scattered
go. All
Remnant
right.
Studio Ministry, we are back for a part 2. We're going to do a really quick install for you. I told Josh this was all on him because he's got the one camera right on his face, but apparently he's making me do the intro, and that's okay because I love talking to you guys. All right, so what we're doing right now is we're downloading the Onlinebible. We're going to show you how to do the install. We're going to show you how to make the program look like our program so you can navigate it kind of with some simplicity right along with us. We're also going to show you maybe if you have a hang-up or two, how to get past those hang-ups to get that onto your computer, because even though we've downloaded this like several times on several different devices, we just seriously spent 40 minutes trying to figure out what the heck was wrong, because there's always hang-ups. Technology is a pain in the butt. So right now I'm going to switch you over to this camera to my dude Josh, man, and he's going to run the show. I love you, family. God bless you. Pay attention.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start off. Like Jay said, we're having some little quirks along the way. And maybe it's because I'm running a little older operating system. Don't judge me, but it is what it is, right? So
Zombie
we have ran
Frankenstein
in,
computers.
Still scanning files for viruses, all that. Everything's fine. So I have all these files, downloaded on my computer from over the years. So I've already uninstalled, right? And I just actually reinstalled with the newest version of the Onlinebible from the other night. And I was having the exact same problems with it.
Right.
And there's a warning when you go to install that, this is going to trigger your antivirus software more than likely. So a lot of times you have to disable that. Sometimes through the browser anymore, depending on what browser you're using, you're going to have to disable your safe browsing or something. Go into settings.
Advanced search.
Yeah,
Advanced.
up here, if you're using Google Chrome, you're going to go to the 3 buttons right here. Then you're going to go to, settings. And then you're going to go into...
privacy and security.
Yeah, privacy and security. Thank you, Billy.
Beeswax.
And then you're going to go into security right here and turn off the safe browsing right there. And that'll allow the download or the file to download safely. And I can also, I'm also going to scan it too while we're recording too. Billy already installed on his computer. I've been using this program or one of the versions of this program since 2005. Yeah. And I actually started, on a computer running Windows 95, so I was behind then. But we're running Windows 7. Yeah, it's a little behind, but it's solid, it's functional. You know what I'm saying? And
we need this to study God's word. We don't use this to do dumb stuff. We don't play around on the computer. We use it for God's word, and you don't need all the bells and whistles, man, to read the Word of God.
No, but okay, so this is what we're going to do. So onlinebible.net up here in the browser, right? So we're going to go over here. Like I said, I've already disabled the safe browsing and stuff on mine. But we're going to go to download. I just downloaded this a couple times because, see, mine already says number 2. So, you guys have set here, right? So you guys are going to watch this install.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to hit run.
Run.
So here's this one, whatever. You're going to get the King James, Easton's, the Treasury of Scriptural Knowledge, morning and evening devotionals. Those are Spurgeon things right there. Onlinebible lexicons and Onlinebible verse themes. Onlinebible verse themes is a great tool once you learn how to use it. I was showing it,
Yeah, we were checking it out the other day.
That's right. So I'm going to go ahead and hit next. So on the installation screen, we're going to go through here. Right here's the warning I was saying. So this is the warning directly from Onlinebible. Norton, Trend Microsystems, Zone Alarm, Kaspersky, Bitdefender, or other antivirus programs may prevent the Onlinebible from installing correctly. I'm not worried about this. I completely trust their software. Like I said, I've put it on so many computers. I just shared a flash drive from my personal folders with Billy the other day. His installed. This is the warning from the Onlinebible people. I've never had any problem with it whatsoever, and I'll show it to you. I'm going to go ahead and download it. And we're going to install it actually. Well, it's already in, so it didn't come up with virus or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. You don't need to change anything anywhere. All these screens right here are normal. So right here, shut down all programs first. That's fine. I'll shut this down. Okay, so just wait a couple seconds. A lot of times it's going to go ahead and launch, and it's going to. So you're going to hit accept.
Always read before you accept.
Sure. I hit cancel. I don't know why I did that.
We are idiots,
so let's
ladies
start
and gentlemen.
over there real fast.
We're going to start over because sometimes you make a mistake and you cancel. And what we're going to do is show you how to recover from an accident.
That's right. So that was accidental. So I'll just open Google Chrome back up. And instead of going through Windows, I'm going to open Google Chrome, go to downloads. I'm showing it in folder. There's the last one. See it again at number 2 because there are the other ones right there. So I'm going to hit run one more time. We're going to get to see it again. It's all right. Practice makes perfect.
That's right.
That's for so long. There's that same screen. And continuing on through. We'll have to do an install maybe on like a mobile device too to show how, like, I don't know, maybe change fonts.
It's cake though.
But yeah, on there it's completely different.
Well, I don't know how to change fonts on my thing.
It's the little top right hand corner, and then there's a font size and you can change it. That's the only thing I ever really change on there. Well, except for like dark mode. Now, look, I'm not going to hit cancel. I hit OK.
He hit OK this
time.
So,
now, one more. This screen right here. It's going to take you this. Boom. And now it's open. Okay,
Boom.
So Billy, this is the screen that you're looking at on your PC, right?
It can look overwhelming, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to close all these off. I'm not going to do anything else yet.
Just cancel.
I'm just going to close all 5 of those windows. Now I'm going to close the program. So, like I said, the other ones, all these other files, you can find all these files. I'm going to go off my personal stuff right here. So we're going to install a couple different file types to show you what that kind of looks like on a different, a couple different boxes, But we're going to install a couple translations, a couple dictionaries, Bullinger's How to Enjoy the Bible, the appendices. We'll set up a button. We'll change some colors and we'll change fonts, and I'll show you how to make it look like in normal, like you're used to seeing it as installed as we install it and run it, as opposed to how it looks just on the install like that. So we already have it installed right here, right? So I'm going to go ahead. Some of these are books too. I do have the NIV. I paid for that years ago, and honestly, I don't even install it. I never really used it. It was installed in the last one. I just did that too. I wonder if this still works, because it's been sitting in an archive for I don't even know how long. I just wanted to see if it was still going to work, and lo and behold, yeah, of course it did. So we're going to go down to here. Let's see. Here's a dictionary. So we're going to do that. Now, in some of these, I might just start using some hotkeys to move through the menu. If I start using some hotkeys, it's going to be Alt F4 to close the window, Enter to install, and then I'll be moving around with the arrow keys if I decide to do that. So let's go ahead and let's install Archaic Words. It's going to install no problem. I still have that window blank. Here's the red letter edition. Close that off. Bible in Basic English. Run. This file right here.
You're going pretty fast here. People are probably going, "What in the world is happening now? What is he doing?"
Okay,
Why
so what I'm doing, I'm double clicking the file. It's going to come up with like one box most of the time, and that's the install box, just telling you like this was successfully installed. Click OK. It's going to open the program. You close the program back down to open up the next file. Because the only way I've ever been able to do it, because it's the free version, is installing one module at a time. So it's just like boom, 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 click OK, and then it opens up the screen and you exit it back down, because you want to install the files and then go through and change your settings, because it's going to make you save for like a desktop setting. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I'll install most of my stuff at one time, and then I'll change that at the very end. I'll show you. Save questions till the end, right? So like I said before, I was showing you that OLB maps file, how that's not compatible with the new version. So is this one right here that I have highlighted, Bible Land, like LEND. This was a children's Bible stories. I don't know when that stopped being compatible with it, but I know it's compatible with like the older versions before like 5.9 whatever. It was still compatible with them. But I don't know how far back it stopped. Here's Bullinger appendices. See, like there. I'm just gonna hit OK. It's gonna install. Good, it's installed. I'm going to hit the X and I'm going to close it back down.
So all these are things that you got when you downloaded that program.
All of these files right here individually, what we're installing in this folder, these all came from the Online Bible website. either
What you downloaded?
Yeah, either under downloads. Under downloads, you're going to find like translations, dictionaries, encyclopedias, stuff like that. But then you're also going to find like some books and things like the Bullinger How to Enjoy the Bible.
So
those are going to be found under user sent material.
what you just showed them how to do, all this stuff will appear. Or you took extra steps to get all this stuff.
You have to download each file individually. You know? But if you're downloading them individually, you're not going to have them in an archive like this. You can really just do it right from your browser. Because it'll come up and it'll say, like, this file was downloaded successfully. Like we did from the main file, right? We installed it right there from Google Chrome. So then as you download those files, you can just click on it right there and install right from your browser. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to your downloads folder and then grab those files, make another folder somewhere, and, drag them in there. Oh, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
All
So
that
we're going to keep
stuff.
going on. So concise dictionary now. So I'm going to hit run. And okay. So you want me to do like a little example of how to download one of them from the website and do it?
I'm just saying, you're doing an awful lot of stuff right here that is getting zero commentary, putting an awful lot of information on your computer that they are not going to have. So this looks very confusing.
You have all these files.
I don't know how I got them.
I gave them to you.
I know, and they're all right here, but I don't know how you got them either, and our viewers also don't know how.
Okay, so the next one we're going to install, let's say, so here's the faucet, right? This is a dictionary or encyclopedia, right? Okay, so I'll minus this, okay. So I'm gonna go to the browser now. This is a special one just for Jay, really. So. Not for anyone watching the video, because I'm sure everyone watching the video, they know exactly what's going on.
We get weird glitchy stuff on our screen when click on things. I mean,
really?
I think it's
it is. Yeah, I guess it is. I just saw the glitch right there, too. Okay, so that was the faucet, right, that I'm looking for.
Right.
So this is their website. I'm going to go to downloads. That's going to be under dictionaries, probably. So I'm going to click dictionaries.
Okay.
Analytical English to Greek. There's the concise. I just installed that. Easton comes default packaged with the install file.
So all that stuff are different downloads, much like the original download.
The International Standard Bible Encyclopedia. I already have that in my personal, in my folders. English words often misused. I already have that too.
And they just automatically add themselves to the Online Bible program once they're downloaded and run?
Yeah, you don't have to do anything other than just double click the file and run it and install it. Nave's Topical. Here's one. So here's the Nave's Topical Bible. I'll just use this one for example instead of the faucets, right? So I'm just going to hit download, right? So there's Nave's, right? So there, I'm running it right from the browser, right from Google Chrome. Boom. Click on the OK button to continue. Please wait several seconds for the installation to begin. We're going to click that, and the installation is complete because the Online Bible is now open.
Okay.
So you don't have to right click and unzip, or like place them in a certain folder or anything like that.
So how did you get them in the folder you were accessing?
Well, when you download them, I have personal file, man. When you download a file and you go into Windows Explorer, right? So like we have this open right here. So they're going to go to your downloads folder.
Okay.
That's where they're going to go. So when you go to the downloads folder, all you have to do is go in there and either left click and hold them and drag them somewhere, or left click, like highlight them once and then copy the file and paste them elsewhere, or tell your computer when you're downloading it, say, hey, save to this folder instead. But I know you never had to do that because I just gave them to you.
These are on a documents library.
No, libraries, documents. I have a folder named data and then Online Bible inside of that folder.
So you're them.
You're only seeing it you're only seeing it from over here.
Okay, so you drug those from downloads. You've moved those into your online Bible.
And like I said, a lot of these files too.
I've
been like I said, man, I've been studying God's Word since 2005, and this is how I was originally, initially introduced introduced to it was the Online Bible.
Right.
So a lot of these files, I've been, it's a compilation over the years. Like here's the GWV, here's the faucets. We never got to that because instead we did the naves. So there's the faucets.
It's in
I know it just keeps coming up with a blank screen. It's not going to look like that much longer, I promise. We're going to even do, here's a hymnal. The hymnal, I believe that's under the user sent material too. There's a lot of cool stuff in there that people have made.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it
shine.
shine.
And it's all public domain. There's no piracy, nothing like that. And it's all hosted right there on www.onlinebible.net too, either under downloads, under books, translations, dictionaries that way, or under user sent material. There's a lot of great things that have blessed me tremendously. The International Standard Bible Encyclopedia, like we were just looking at on their website, the ISBE. Right there's that install file. So that one, and it go fast for being like encyclopedias and things like that. Like,
it's going fast. They
the files, the files, they install fast. So here are some translations, right? So we're going to install, this is the one I was showing you earlier. So there are these two right here. These are the file titles. I haven't changed these since I downloaded them, and I just got these the other day, but I've used them for a long time. The LXX Greek to Hebrew and LXX Hebrew to Greek. So they utilize the Septuagint, the Greek translation of the Old Testament,
right?
And they were able to match it, Greek to Hebrew, and gives us equivalent. So then we can start a word study in Hebrew, and we can continue that same word on and different translations of that word and how it developed from one language into the other, so we don't just get stuck just with one language.
Yeah.
And it works the same way with the Greek words too. And how they did it with the Online Bible, it's all with still with the coding. Like I was showing you, like with the coding. Okay, well, if it's going to pop up here, this is the word where you start in the top left-hand corner, and then where we're ending is over here in the bottom right corner. And type in those numbers attached to those words as you're going through there, and then each one occurs. With it blesses me tremendously because I get to see how those words develop from one language to the other, but how God kept them perfect from one language to another. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Over a long period of time. I'm going to go ahead and install these because these appear a little differently. Which I noticed on the new version, these actually appear as tabs on the floating windows whenever you're looking at them. The Hebrew to Greek and Greek to Hebrew. That installs fast anymore. McGarvey Bible Lands. That's more like a manners and customs book, but it's very helpful because it talks about historically cultural things too that we wouldn't really we have no idea that they would even be talking about. We'd see it like, what? This doesn't even make sense. Then you see like, oh, it's a cultural thing.
Right.
Like when Abraham and his servant, he had him place his servant. They were making a deal, and Abraham needed his servant to swear unto him to go into the land of Canaan, the land of his fathers, to bring Isaac a wife. Right. So he makes his servant swear unto him. So instead of shaking hands, he put his hand under his thigh, and it was like a cultural thing of the time.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So they were shaking hands. They were making a deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he put his hand under his thigh. So that but we wouldn't know that it's a cultural thing. Because it's a different custom. It's a different part of the world.
Right.
So that's why manners and customs they're extremely important when it comes to the Word of God. Maps English. Here's some maps we're going to install. Maps and charts. I believe these are actually found under the books too. Once you install the maps and charts. And this is again, these are all the free items. These aren't like this isn't the like premium DVD package or anything like that. Here's a different lexicon, the New American Standard, like how we have Strong's, right? So the NAS Greek or Hebrew right here, NAS Greek or NAS Hebrew, New American Standard Hebrew lexicon. So when we look at the floating windows, it'll show up with some other tabs. So it gives you another lexicon to look at other than just Strong's. Just like that, the Hebrew to Greek and Greek to Hebrew ones allow us to move from one language to another without ever having to translate or anything like that for ourselves.
Right.
We can just follow the words.
Right.
And let the words, let these programs do it for us, basically. Naves we installed. OLB Maps no longer works. Pink, The Life of David. It's a great book.
Pink.
Yeah, by Arthur Pink, I think.
Oh.
Yeah,
David just like the color pink. He's like, my dude.
Yeah. Rotherham. I'll install that. Okay, let me close that. Let's do just a couple more, and then we'll set up the program, and we'll do, colors.
Yeah, you're
fonts,
putting me to
tabs.
sleep over here with your double click and you.
Oh, well. And here, we'll leave that one off. White's Manners and Customs. Here we go. And Wilson, Archaeology of the Old Testament. Or Archaeology of Bible Lands.
3 days later.
It takes a little while.
Okay.
Imagine if we were doing all those files. It takes a
telling
long time. It's actually easier just to sit back and use the arrow keys, Alt F4 to close your windows and enter, to install your files. And it works a lot faster that way. So there's those installed. I'm going to go ahead and close this. So there's the desktop. We are recording. Let me go ahead and close this. We don't need Google Chrome.
I hope we're recording.
Yeah. Well, if not, then it's a big old, it's just a big long test. But if it's a test, then it doesn't contain the appropriate language yet. Okay, so the online Bible is installed. I'm going to go ahead and click. Well, really, first, hold on. I'm going to minus that and see how that's there. It wasn't pinned because it was a fresh install. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to pin it to the task tray or to the taskbar so it's down there permanently. Okay, now I'm going to open it back up. So we're still working with the blank screen, right?
Yeah.
So you notice, though, I didn't close this. I left that pane completely open. And this pane can be found under Library Index, and Favorites. It's going to open this same box right here, okay? So under Library, I'm going to go to Favorites is what I'm going to do. So here's the translations that we installed.
Okay.
Here's the King James, the AV. Here's the Red Letter Edition, the Bible in Basic English, and Rotherham. We didn't install any of the others. So I unclick one and re-click just to make sure it takes all the time.
Do I have the BBE? I don't think I do.
It's in the folder. If you look in the folder on your PC, it'll be on there. So I'm going to move on from Bible. I'm going to click one of the other tabs. I'm going to click Books Topics. And it's going to say, yeah, of course, you want me to save changes? Yes. So here's the books that we added. Here's How to Enjoy the Bible. I'm going to unclick and re-click. I'm going to hit Update.
Why did you unclick, re-click?
So it'll always show on tabs, because sometimes on the translation ones, when it shows across the top of the window, if you don't click Update, that's why I'll unclick and re-click. There was an error. I don't know if it still exists. Like I said, this could be from an old version. You would do that sometimes, and it wouldn't show the tab until you unclicked it and then re-click and hit Update, and then it would show the tab across. Across the top of the window.
Weird.
So I have to create a new desktop. So the new desktop name, we're going to call it Srsm 01. Okay. All right. So that, because I was in the books and I did that. So I'm going to look in the Greek lexicons on the tab right here. So we have, this is the one that comes default.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the one that goes Greek to Hebrew.
Yeah.
And here's the New American Standard. Okay. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go to Hebrew. Save changes? Yes. Exact same. I'm going to unclick, re-click, and I'm going to move on to, I don't click parallel Bibles or commentaries. Okay. So, and then dictionaries. So I'm going to come here. So we have all of these installed. The Animal Dictionary, Archaic Words, Concise, Condensed Biblical Encyclopedia, Dictionary of Theology, Easton's.
No.
Easton's comes by itself, it comes default with the online Bible. So no matter what, even if you don't install any of the others, you still get the Treasury of Scriptural Knowledge, you get the online Bible verse themes, and you also get Easton's Biblical Dictionary, right? We installed Fawcett's. There's the International Standard. There's the Nave's Topical Bible. It puts that not in books, but puts it in dictionaries. These two come with it. Online Bible verse themes is a great tool. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do the same. Unclick. And I'm going to hit Update.
Online Bible verse themes is a great tool, he said, and that is very accurate.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and close this. Right?
Do it!
So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go up here to make it simpler to find the books. This is just something I normally do. So up here, I'll close this back off. I'm going to right-click right here where it's empty space. I'm going to right-click. Okay. Now right here, I'm going to scroll this top box down to, this is just something I like to do on mine. View books. I'm going to scroll down. What we're doing, I'm creating a button. So we're going to create this button and we're going to click and it's going to take us right to a menu and show us all the books that we have installed on the program, right?
Okay.
So, and then the icon I choose is this one. From my best knowledge, I mean, it's included with the online Bible package. I've never seen it used anywhere. So I always use that for my books. Then I'll click that, and I'm going to hit OK. Do you really want to redefine this function key? Yes, I do. Thank you. See, now that's there. I'm not going to open it yet because the fonts are going to be terrible. So let's go to Tools. First, Window. If you leave synchronized scrolling on, and it pops up with two windows, one here and one here, and you want to scroll with one and synchronized scrolling's on, it's going to scroll with both.
Right.
So I'm going to unclick that, and then I'm also going to go, I like to go tile vertical, right? So it pops up equally right beside each other.
Side by side.
Right? So I like to do that. Like I said, I mean, I've been using the program for a long time, so it's just settings that I set that way. So Tools.
If you like it another way, you can have it
Yeah, go
another
ahead.
way. We're just showing you how to get in there and manipulate.
That's right. I'll show you how to. That's right. We're just showing you how to get into the program and set it up, and change it and manipulate it around the way you want it. 'Cause like I
Whatever's
said,
conducive to your learning.
whenever we
you set
open it up, we have those 5 boxes, plus we have the settings menu
Right.
box, the library favorites, the library favorites box on the left. So now that's gone too. So Tools, customize settings. So I'm gonna go to fonts.
Because when that opens up right at the beginning, that is overwhelming. You got so much going on.
Yeah,
on that
completely.
screen. You're like, oh my god,
That's right.
What am I supposed
and it's
to do
always
with
been like that, even with the older versions, to the best of my knowledge. So when you come into this right here in customize settings, and I'm going to fonts. So there's a couple fonts we're going to change. I'm going to change display font, and then I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to change menu font, and I'm going to change floating window too. Okay. So display font, and I'm going to hit change selected font. So I already know what I'm going to go to. I like the, what is it? Right here, Palatino linotype. I don't want to use, I like the Dinobot ones, but I'm not going to put it on here. I like that one, and then I'm going to set the font size.
I just realized what you said.
What I said to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to set my font on the display font on 22. So that's going to be our main window, right? So now our next one, menu font. So this is going to change how our menu fonts appear, right? So we're going to leave it. I don't change the font on that one. I mean, you can. I'll just leave it right where it's setting. I'll just go and I'm going to change it to like 16.
For the record, so you guys aren't trying to like play it back and figure out
Look,
what
see how that
derogatory
changed right
thing
there?
he said. He just said that he has a Dinobot icon that he would like
A
to use
Dinobot's font.
because he's totally a nerd, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I say sometimes I like it with that one, man. It's cool. It's like an angry graffiti kind of.
I love your nerdical dorkitude, my
So
brother.
when I changed the menu font, that's what this changed. It changed how the tabs look across the
Yes.
top. It changed this here, right?
It makes
so
it
now,
visible to you guys.
Yeah, so now you got to click these arrows. It brings these arrows up because we made the fonts big. So we have to scroll across to keep it on fonts. But that was the menu font. I have one more.
And you don't have to make it that big. We do
Yeah.
that so you can see it on screen when we're doing stuff. You can make it whatever,
Yeah,
however
and
you like it.
that, and we're kind of looking across the room kind of a little bit too. We don't have
Right.
it
We're
like
not
the
old.
monitors
Our
right
eyes
up
are
on
not
us.
bad.
So now I'm going to change the floating window. The floating window is like when you press the S key, and you have the Strong's numbers there, and you hover over it, and it pops up with that box right there. That's this font, right? So right now, it's still on 10. Well, my display font is like 22 or something. So I usually set it like one below where my display font is set at. So I'm going to change this still so it matches the Palatino linotype, and I'm going to change it. Let's go 18 on the floating menu. Or on the floating window.
Okay.
So that's changed like that. So now I'm going to hit these buttons and I'm going to go to colors. Now in colors, you got to do a couple steps. So what we're going to change here, we're not going to change the text color, even though we can. What we're going to change is the highlight color, and we're going to change the background color. And then we're going to apply them to all windows. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to touch anything here or anything else. I'm not going to touch any of these.
Okay.
All I do is come right here to colors, and it gives just the passage window at the top. That's what our main focus is. You can change menu color, button colors, all that kind of stuff from here too, if that's what you want to do. I'm not doing that.
We don't want to.
So I'm going to go to highlight first. Mine's already set. I like the green. So that's going on my highlight. So I'm going to apply that to all windows. Now I'm going to hit background. I like the gray. Like Jay said, I mean, we're a little older. So it is what it is. I like it a little darker than that, though. And then the gray's a lot easier on the eyes than the white, for sure.
Right.
With glasses, without.
Yeah.
You guys are sitting here without, and it kills me with glasses, like staring at that white screen. Like, I normally operate things in dark mode. And I think that's all right. Add to custom colors. So that, I just changed my background color. See how I did that in those boxes?
Yep.
Now I'm going to hit apply to all windows. Okay, so now we've changed the highlight color, and we've changed the background color,
Right.
and we've changed fonts, right? So now I'm going to hit OK. So then,
Isn't
see
it
how
pretty?
That changed that? So I'm going to hit this. So this is our menu, so you can
Isn't it
still see
pretty?
all the books. I left this kind of, like, Jay likes this way, and I don't
Yeah.
know which font that is. I'll
We
have to mess with
changed
that.
it the other day, and it just made it so crowded, and the numbers were impossible to see. So
Yeah.
we're just kind of going to stick with what we've got here. You guys, you'll be able to navigate it if you're following along yourself. So
Yeah, for sure. So I'm just gonna open up, just Genesis 1:1. So I've already changed, like I said, we've already changed window settings too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, we changed tile vertical. We also changed synchronized scrolling,
That's
right?
right.
So we're not going to synchronize scrolling. So when you open it up, we've already have our other translations selected.
that's right.
So it's going to open with these other tabs right here across the top.
Excellent.
So there's your other translations. Okay. So now, if we hit S, that brings up the Strong's numbers. So Earth 0776. So there's our floating window, and see how it added this too. So here's the Hebrew to Greek. So we can take this word, eretz. It's probably said maybe angrily because it's Hebrew, so it's probably eretz. Who knows? I don't know. We're just some guys. So here's the LXX Greek to Hebrew. This is where they would have utilized the Septuagint,
Okay.
right? So this is going to move us from eretz here to, I would say, the Greek. The last one that is going to be used is 1855. So this is the word that was used for land, earth, country, right? Again, so 1855 is the last one used there. So it would be like a root word, eretz here, moving, as the word develops and changes, you know what I'm saying? Where a root word and then things stem from it.
Right.
So it would be like this moving through the language with definition too. So the only what we can do is to check it. We start with eretz, and then we're going to go 1855, right? So that's going to be a Greek number. So we're going to go here and see how it changed that menu. So it makes it nice and pretty so everyone can see that.
Yeah.
1855. So we're going to see that on the outside. Outwardly, from without. It takes some other, but we have to shuts. So that doesn't really line up there. We'd have to do some research on that. But again, it's just, another tool that we can use, and see, because a lot of people do that and track one way or another. Sometimes it's important, sometimes it's not, or not so much, but still, those things are there.
Yeah,
so
I want to pick that apart. I would love to see.
So we can, that's right. And it allows you to do that because, it takes you here. Okay, so this is from an unused root. Let's find a different word. Darkness. Yeah, so from koshek, the word darkness.
Yeah.
In Genesis 1:2. So it's from 0281 or 821. We can click there. And it's from kashak. And that's the primitive root. So we can move it backwards. And then this right here will allow us, the Hebrew to Greek will allow you to move it from one language to the other.
Even further backwards.
That's right. Or forwards, depending.
Sure.
Way,
Yeah.
In which way, you know what I'm saying, which way you're trying to look at it. And then here on this tab, this is the New American Standard Hebrew Lexicon. So then we also get that too, but it doesn't really have so much, just darkness, obscurity. It doesn't really have so much as this one, because this puts it together with verb tenses, moods, and all kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? In here, and it'll separate it down there at the bottom where it'll say like 1A or 1B, and then you can look it up and see like, what was the verb tense? How was that used?
Right.
And that one is actually included. Here's darkness, right? So here's the words. These are your verb tenses. I'm not an English dude, or I'm an American, and I speak English.
We
but,
do good enough to figure out
for
as
sure.
we go. And
Completely.
If you're an English major and you want
That's
to
right.
join the ministry, let us know.
Yeah, or you want to help us out on some things. Help. Yeah,
You can just hang out.
Reach out.
You gotta join
For
it's fine.
sure. But that those things pop up, and we can double click those, and then it opens up in its own window too, and then you get the whole thing as well. That way.
Booyah!
That's
And
right.
those side-to-side windows, that's the vertical placement that we that was the change that was made. It went from 5 windows to side-by-side windows.
Otherwise, you can click on it. Like sometimes it would give you like one here, one here, and then you open another one, and it'll shrink those two, and then pop up a long, like, wide screen box kind of on the bottom or something. Because, I mean, there's all kinds of different layouts. Like, it just depends on what you'd like, you know?
Right.
On how you, like, you know, do you want every window you open to open as a single window? Because we could do that, too.
Where it's just boom, one over top of another,
and
one
then
over top of another.
Yeah, and then every one, like, okay, look, we're in Genesis 1:1 right here, right? So we're on window. Because you said, like, how I always have, like, different tabs and stuff, you know?
In your
opened on
windows,
mine.
yeah.
Yeah, mine's always, like, loaded, looked, round, about, right? So then there, see, that pops up. And sometimes, you know, I'd leave it like that. Maybe I could change to single, but sometimes I leave it like that, and I'll look at just a verse or a word, and then I'm going to close it.
Or
you know?
you maximize it.
Yeah.
It's over top of the previous one. You have several layers there, and you can go to this. Yeah, exactly.
Right
this
there.
window right here.
That's exactly.
And you can like switch back
And pull it right
between-
off your history.
Right. Right.
And as this goes down, the bottom, the history is going to get longer, and
I
it'll
was showing
pop
that to
up.
Beeswax the other
It'll
day,
pop
too.
with that little scrolling arrow that's like so hard to see there at the bottom, you know.
And say you're over here and you're clicked on like say verse 2 of it.
Uh-huh.
When you go back to your window, if you left off clicked on verse 2, it'll show you down there that you were clicked on.
That's
the
right.
second
It'll
verse.
still be there even if you close this.
Yeah. Yep. That's pretty rad.
Oh no, it's not. Oh, well, that just kind of made me a liar. But hey, all men are liars, right? So Jesus Christ had to come. So I screwed up there. But anyway, to God be the glory for that one. Just proved His word to be true. Now here's the books, right? So we changed that. We haven't opened this one yet. So I'm gonna hit
All right.
books.
It's the 10 Commandments, the tablets of the 10 Commandments written.
Yeah,
on
that was the
books.
button that we made. So it's gonna open up in this menu now. This is all of the books, right? Now, like we were doing in the video earlier. The Bollinger How to Enjoy the Bible. Now, we've already changed our fonts. We've already changed our colors. So how it appeared earlier should be exactly as it appears now. As soon as I open this, it should be.
Brrr.
That was still off some, wasn't it? And then we were right here.
There it is.
So there.
All
That's where
right.
it was. And then you can move through it. But that's after adding that, after adding the button. Otherwise, I mean, you can access them through the other menus. I just try to streamline it for myself, so I'm not like digging. And I just that was an old feature. I had a button, way back.
Oh yeah. You've been messing with this thing for a long time, bud.
But then there's a lot of stuff on the program too. Like like I won't touch, like maps and charts. Well, we could open this one. So there's maps and charts by clicking that.
Maybe that's why that maps thing doesn't work. It's because it's got like a thing.
It could be
now.
that old file you mean,
Yeah.
the OLB maps. It could be because I tried to install it the other day, and during a test run basically for this to
Now
reinstall.
it's included in the thing. So
Because the one was like, oh, you're using too new of a program, and this file is extremely old, so this is no longer compatible. If I was running like a Windows 98 or
We're
XP
notifying
version,
the
maybe.
FBI of your whereabouts right now.
Yeah, you're using a real old file.
Your file's from 1987. and
It did change it up here, changing the menu, but like library index and favorites is
Right.
still there. You can still view strongs. You can do all these different things through here. And also, if you pay for the version, if you get the premium, how it has start reading from current verse and things. So on my computer, I paid for the MP3s, right? For Alexander Scorby reading the Bible.
the voice of the Bible.
So mine's modified though. You've heard it too, Billy, right? Where it's like real low.
Blessed is
So it rumbles coming out of the subwoofers and stuff. So whenever you can, on like the pay version, I guess, for the online Bible that you can pay for, it'll add in. They have a module that it costs of Alexander Scorby, from my understanding, reading the Bible, and you can go and you can click like right here and go to like audio and read current verse or start reading from here. And I believe it's like with the appropriate add-on and module to unlock it, like it's going to be Alexander Scorby doing that, but it's not going to but it's not going to come out and sound
Right.
Oh, mortified.
Yeah, it's not going to sound like
Right.
that.
That's cool though. That's cool. A lot of people benefit from being able to hear it while they read
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? That's awesome.
Yeah, and maybe
many
you can
things
even
we have available to us today, man. It's
to
awesome.
that.
let's try one
Praise the
verse
Lord.
real quick. Let's see if we can make it read something in Microsoft Sam. Just one verse. I know it's already typed it in.
What the heck
once.
is Sam? Who's Sam? Looked around. Sorry.
Oh, I just wanted one verse. I need one verse.
Well, just take
Hold on. No. I just want one verse on one screen like that.
Then If you click on...
Hold on. One verse. That's what I was looking for right there. So, now, audio, read current verse. Yeah, because it doesn't have the audio files. So, it's not going to do it. Yeah, Alexander Scorby. Right there it is. Too bad I can't just, like, kind of add my MP3s in that I paid for, you know, so long ago. But, no, it'll do that, so apparently it's not going to do it with Microsoft Sam, which who wants to really hear that? I don't want to. Like, that's that, you know. I hate that voice. The Microsoft Sam voice.
I don't even know what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not going to play it. Well, the stereo, we have the speakers off because of feedback. It's a terrible voice. I'll tell you a story sometime. This one guy used to bring a laptop to a call center, and he'd pull up the Microsoft Sam voice and type stuff into it, and take his headset and hold it like down to the speakers. So he was like letting Microsoft Sam like just speaking this ungodly, terrible, robotic voice on these calls.
Robocalling before robocalling was a thing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's funny.
And when you change your callers too, okay? So let's open somewhere in the Gospels. Here. Jesus Christ speaking, right? So it should be... Yep, it changed it right there. So on your red letter edition, if you install that one, if you want to see the words of Christ in red, and you change your color, it's not going to be red. It'll be whatever color it is. Blue on this one, mine's the green letter edition.
Right.
You know? But it's going to change that. But I mean, other than that, I mean, this is the setup that we run.
When you search a word, it's like italicized and in green. You know what I mean? Because like if it's a word and the words, red letter words are already also present, it'll be like italicized. Now go to the red letter version. Your words of Jesus, if they're...
I typed in the word wine because I knew it would just come up and just be like separate.
But if the word you're searching is a word that Jesus said, it'll be italicized and green.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's right here.
Yeah. So
it'd be like right here in this part in Luke. Well, what word were we looking for again?
Wine.
And went to him in Luke 10:34 and went to him and bound up his wounds, pouring in oil and wine. So the words of Christ in the red letter edition are green, but then also that word wine right there should stay green whenever I flip it back to the AV, which it is.
Yeah, I thought there was something where it was italicized. Maybe that was in the older version, because this is a new version. But remember, because we were talking about running that when we were doing word studies, so people would know when it was Jesus talking. And when we looked at it, we were like, because it made it italicized, and we kind of frown on italicized words because they're added. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Maybe it was one of the older versions because it wasn't this.
Yeah.
Because the version I was running before the install, the other night.
Yeah.
The version I was running on there, because it would come up. On the install of that, it came up and said, this program's obsolete. You need to like upgrade and get the CD or something. I'm like, no, I don't. Just click OK. No. It installed correctly. No. It works fine.
Make it happen.
But yeah. No. Take that old Windows 2000 like program and put it on there. What time we got?
7:00.
Oh, okay.
We got
all right. So we are. I mean, that's the program installed. And like I said, from where we started in the video and how it installs by default, we're nowhere near where we started from. And I know, like, for Billy, he installed it, and he's like, oh, I can't, this is a hard mess to navigate right here. But once you get it to this point, then it's very user-friendly doing it that. But I hope, if you guys are doing this, again, this is for a Windows PC. I don't know about Mac or anything like that. As we move forward, maybe later on, we'll do some other ones on different operating systems and installs and things. But for now, this is what we've got. So I hope everyone is blessed and can use this. And you don't, install and get hung up on an overwhelming splash home screen.
Heck yeah.
Right? That's it. That's all I've got.
Sweet. Join us next time when we figure out how to work ourselves through other weird things.
For sure.
Be blessed.